Hey everybody, Happy New Year. I guess we're well into it at this point. I don't know about your business, but our business started out quite well in January. So feels like a lot of energy out there, people looking at technology options. AI is still driving a big level of engagement, and it's a big story. Continued investment there. Microsoft obviously is a big player there. Just from a background perspective, I spent 18 years at Microsoft. All of that in the Dynamics organization, most of that in the partner strategy business. So really familiar with the Microsoft side of the house and all the efforts going on there and the excitement around kind of the combination of AI capabilities, teams, combined with ERP, CRM, kind of business data and those applications. So I think it's never been a better time to be a Microsoft partner and kind of to be in the technology business. So a lot of uncertainty, but also just a lot of perceived for sure first mover advantage. All of the major cloud providers are spending billions more in capital expense to build out these data centers to enable AI. And I think, down to us, we're certainly not spending billions, but being sure we're ready to take advantage of that is kind of a key thing because I do think there will be winners and losers depending on how quickly people adopt. And the core business application, the core data, customer data, sales data, inventory, supply chain, all those things will be critical in kind of making AI and those applications as productive and as powerful as they can possibly be, right? So as you go back, we're in this transition. We as a company on the direct side, we're certainly in the transition, going from GP to BC. It's a multi-year thing. Some customers want to go quickly, some customers don't want to go at all, and trying to drive that at the right pace for both the customer and your business is really important to success here. You're getting, I would say, carrots and sticks from Microsoft. Certainly a stick is coming in April. They're looking up customers with partners that have not sold BC. So therefore, they're assuming the partner is not presenting or is not promoting BC. So they're going to introduce partners that will push BC, and they'll be great partners. They'll be partners with a lot of experience in BC, packaged implementations, great demos. It'll be kind of the cream of the crop that they're going to introduce your customers to if you're not driving a BC message and adding BC customers. So that certainly feels like a stick, right? Can get Microsoft's perspective. They've had a cloud product out for 7 or 8 years, and their end of life comes 3-4 years from now, and there are still thousands of GP and SL customers out there. So as much as anything, there's a concern on we can't wait till the last minute because we won't have the capacity to do it at the last minute. We need to space these things out and do a significant number of transitions this year and next year, not assume you can wait until 2029 because that level of resource will not be in the channel to do all of those heavily weighted in the last year. You do see competitors, Oracle, Intact, Acumatica, feeding on this, right? We've announced an end of life for GP. They're out there telling all those customers, hey, this product is going away and you should need to go to something else and you should go to us, right? So in addition to a cream of the crop Microsoft partner potentially calling these customers, you also have other organizations with very pointed messages going after those as well. We want to help you generally stay off that list. If you haven't moved any customers to BC yet and have that potential threat, we want to help keep you off that list. And if we're doing active marketing and have the skills, we can keep you off the list, right? And even if you're not on that list, your customers are definitely on the list of Microsoft partners, BC partners, Intact, and Oracle NetSuite partners. So we just want to make sure ourselves and you are in the mind of your customer hey, when I'm ready to move to the cloud, this is my partner. They know what they're doing. They have the capacity. They have the capability. And by the way, they're telling me I should think about doing this sooner rather than later, right? So everything we have from an Accelerate program, we're an indirect provider because of Dynamics. We were named an indirect provider because of our expertise in Dynamics, and that's what we do, and we want to drive you and enable you to make that transition. Microsoft counts on us and is actually investing with and through us a whole lot of money to make that happen. In the time I've either worked at Microsoft or worked with Microsoft, I've never seen so many programs and so many investments that they're making with and through us to make this transition happen with the channel. One of the key things I think the last kind of statement here is you yourselves as partners can't think that GP is good enough, right? Hey, if it works, don't fix it, right? So, and a lot of our customers are thinking that way, but we ourselves have to believe that, hey, in terms of security, it's not good enough. In terms of interaction with other applications, with teams, in terms of being ready for AI and being able to take advantage of AI, GP is not good enough, right? New cloud-based applications and all the investment, thousands of people, billions of dollars are going into this product. And as opposed to having our customers continue to pay BREP to continue to use the product they have, they may be getting the R&D investment literally of 10 people. If they are investing in EC, they're getting the R&D investment of thousands of people, right? So that's better for our customers, and the faster our customers move, the better for them. And you have to believe that to convince them as well. So, getting there is tough, right? You have an existing business, you have a lot of customers you're supporting. You don't have a BC practice, or you're light on the resources, and you're like, hey, I have 3 people and I have 100 customers. Like I said before, you really can't wait 3 years and hope to do 100 then, right? You gotta parse these out and convince a certain number of customers to go this year, the year after, and the year after that. And we're here to help, right? If you don't have the resources, you don't have the technical capability, you don't have the pre-sales capabilities, you're not good at marketing it. We fill in the gaps across the board, all the way from the pre-sales piece and the marketing piece, filling the funnel from an opportunity perspective, all the way through support. I think Microsoft tells an incredible story about all these apps working together. The number of partners that have the people and the skill sets to deliver all of it is very small, right? We do it, but we have 500 people, right? And it's not easy for us to keep up. So where we can fill in the gaps that you have in people, in capacity, in capabilities, and drive that faster. So just the recognition that doing 20 customers, 10 customers, 5 customers this year is better than having them on-prem for 2 more years and getting the money later, because you're getting that deal off the street. You're parsing out and kind of scheduling your transitions and your migrations in a planful way where you're not just overloaded 3 or 4 years from now. So don't delay making the pitch, right? Don't delay making the pitch because of, hey, we don't have any resources, I'm doing as many as I can this year. Use us, work with us, fill up the top of that funnel as much as you possibly can. Get as many customers as are interested in moving, because if they're interested, they're talking to somebody, right? Make sure they're talking to you. Work with us to make sure that you can fulfill it, and that you can, between 2025 and 2029, get 20%, 25%, 30% each year, as opposed to stacking that up at the end. Take care of your customers, migrate them to the best solution on the planet with the best company that's investing more than anybody else to make sure all this works together from a security perspective, from an AI perspective. Great story, hard to deliver the whole story, and that's how together we can win that. So with that, I'll let Todd take over and kind of really go into more depth over what Microsoft is offering on the carrot side as opposed to the stick side.
Yeah, thanks so
Thank
much, Jeff. Oh, sorry, just going to introduce Todd Michael, our director of partner development manager. He's going to talk a little bit more about our expertise at Stratos Cloud Alliance and our funding opportunities.
Thank you, Mike. And thank you, Jeff, for that messaging. It's the time is of the essence. Do not wait. Let us help you. That's what we're here for. We want to help you grow your BC practice. And if you've got existing GP clients, one of the ways that we can assist is knowing bandwidth is hard, bandwidth is limited. We do offer a dedicated GP help desk. Let us help you with that. So that way you're not losing out on your day to day operations because you still have to support those clients. But you also have to be ramped up. You need to be technically savvy. You need to be trained. It's a whole different sales process when you're moving to the cloud than what we had years ago for on-prem. So let us help you by that's just one of the offering, or I should say services that we offer here at Stratos. But think about it. Here at Stratos, we can do Azure, Power Platform, Office 365. We already do integrations and support those integrations with payroll, CRM systems. We're here to, again, help you grow that business while you're scaling up your BC practice because we know that it can be challenging at the least. The other thing that before you even get into that whole mix, some of us have GP clients that are utilizing GP to its extreme. Probably we're more enterprise size than small and mid-size. But we've figured out a way to work them with GP. Well, we still have two different solutions to look at. Obviously, today our focus is on BC, but we also offer finance and supply chain for those larger enterprise sized clients. We've already seen some GP clients move into finance and supply chain. It's really all about what's the best fit. So it's not just one bucket, but we certainly have options. Again, we do support implementations, custom development, not just consulting or pre-sales. So think about how we may be able to help you because it really is the journey and it really is the volume. Most of you have enough clients that you're not going to be able to move them just with the staff that you have today by the deadline. And don't wait until the year before 2029. Let's go to that next slide. So, the big thing that we want to talk about more today is like, what is Microsoft doing? What are they helping us help you? And we have some funding opportunities or programs. So let's move into the next slide, Mike. So one of the biggest buzzes right now in the partner channel is Guide 365 by Seer 365. It's the newest tool. It's going to help you automate. It's changing sales processes. It's standardizing your formats and just the way you do business. It's changing it. Think about how much time we spend on understanding our clients' requirements. And then we go through this whole process, drilling deep, going even deeper, getting a statement of work, getting the level of effort. These tools, because there's several different components to their platform, it allows you to get to that proposal faster with a more accurate statement of work. So think about Guide 365. And if you want to know more, please feel free to reach out to me or your PDM, and we can get you some details. We can get you a link to a demo. It is a great tool moving your clients and for new implementations too. We do have some discounted pricing, and for those of you that really want to be very strategic, hey, we got a couple of good funding programs, whether it's for a 5-pack or a 10-pack, 5 clients or 10 clients that you're migrating. So we're going to pass through this just with the effort, or I should say to save time, because we do have two options there, that 5 and that 10-pack. But the output, this is what you get when you use the Guide 365 tool. You're getting an estimating workbook. You're getting a PowerPoint to put in front of those executives of the client that you're in front of. It creates the proposal. It gives you the ROI and it gives you a dashboard. And we're all about dashboards now. I don't know about you, but even here on our direct side and indirect side, we love Power BI dashboards. And then probably the thing in the middle, that proof of execution, that helps with those Microsoft claims, some of those incentive dollars that they're giving to people that are migrating, implementing, moving, and sometimes brand new prospects. So think about that. It gives you your proof of execution right outside of the tool. Let's go to the next slide. I think is there another slide? Well, now we take it back over to you, Mike. I do want to share one thing that's not in the slide, and that is, if you had any interest in some of the neural impact sales training that we've offered in the past, we're booked full for Q3, but we're opening it up. We can add some people. It's just got to that point, and right now we're still accepting additions to the GP to BC migration workshops.
And Todd, we'll talk about that right after marketing as well too.
Perfect.
Yeah, so we'll go into a little bit more detail on the neural impact stuff. Thanks so much, Todd. I appreciate it. I am Mike DeGeeter, Partner Marketing Campaign Manager. Excited to talk a little bit more about marketing offers that we have at Stratos Cloud Alliance. So let's talk about the pain points or challenges partners face and how we remedy those without with our marketing agency program with Marketeery. Sort of a first challenge that we have is that lack of marketing expertise. So many partners lack the bandwidth or resources to run those really effective marketing campaigns. So marketing takes time, expertise, a solid strategy to deliver results, things that are often tough to balance when you're also running your business. That's why Stratos Cloud Alliance has partnered with Marketeery to bring you a structured marketing grant program designed to simplify your marketing efforts and generate those real results. Buyer behavior has changed and your marketing strategies really need to evolve too. Clients aren't just looking for product features, they make decisions based on trust, connection, solving their real world challenges. So if you're transitioning to this cloud-based model, now's the time to really adjust your marketing approach to match today's buying behaviors. Now you can talk a little bit more about the funding opportunities and the pricing with your partner development manager. You can also reach out to Todd Michael or insider at stratoscloud.com, but we do have some great pricing and funding opportunities that we do with marketing agency Marketeery. Now, if you're already working with our marketing agency, you can extend your plan for an additional 3 months if you'd like. If you're brand new and you want to commit to a 12-month contract, we highly recommend this. So 12-month marketing plan is going to be your best way to deliver real conversions. Microsoft and Stratos Cloud will cover 1 full quarter. That's just some extra funding for you. Our marketing agency handles everything for you with, of course, some dedicated time that you will have to commit to move that needle forward. With Marketeery, you get that structured, data-driven marketing approach that really ensures targeted outreach to the right audience, optimized messaging that really resonates, and a slew of new content pieces to keep you going after the program ends. Now, who is this program for? It's designed for 2 really big opportunities that we're talking about today. That's BC prospecting or your net new opportunities, or you can choose our GP SL to BC migration plan. If you're ready to take your marketing strategy to the next level, you can reach out, like I said, to your partner development manager. You can also reach out to Todd Michael or insider at stratoscloud.com. I am bringing this right back to you, Todd. Like you mentioned before, there's some updates with neural impact that I know are happening. And you talked a little bit about one slide that we'll get to in a second, but what are sort of those challenges that many people face with the training and scaling their business?
Yeah, so Mike, thank you, and thank you for bringing me back.
Yeah.
So, when we think about how we approach to sell, I mean, it really is different from selling on-prem solutions from that many of us have done for years. And so Neural has put together a program that kind of changes our mind. So think of it as a mind shift. And they talk about what's the strategy? How do you approach it? And they help you refine that sales pitch. And they have seen a big ROI with increased win rates. And what I will tell you is that Neural's been around, I think our own Jeff Edwards brought them into Microsoft 15 or so years ago. I've never heard anybody say anything negative about their programs. I will say, just to set expectations, it's a little heavier lift than what I thought, because not only do you have 4 workshop sessions, you have homework, and they expect you to do it. But that's why they're good. That's why they're successful, because they hold people accountable. But it's really all about like some of the challenges that we have. Hey, we don't have enough internal resources. We got to build them up. The sales team, the technical team. Now, we're not going to Neural for technical product training, but certainly they understand strategy and they understand scalability. And during this particular program that I had mentioned, GP to BC, it was sold out until earlier this morning, when they've come back to me and said, we're going to open it up. We're going to let you bring more partners, because we sent an email out, and I just have to tell you, fast and furious. People have been coming in, because I think all of a sudden they see the time sensitivity, the urgency, and by all means, who wants a competitor to take their client just because we weren't in front of them? So don't hesitate. I mean, get on board, come to this, join this session. It's free. There's no cost from you, because Microsoft and Stratos Cloud have come together to fund these programs. Now, we focused on program 1. That's from on-prem, or like GP to BC. They do have other programs, Double Your Ads, and then there's another one that's Deep Dive. I will tell you, program 2 will make available, think of it as a one-to-many. We've got our live already booked as far as the sessions, but we're going to open that up to the recordings, and we're going to allow any partner that wants to come in and take a look at that to join those recordings and to walk through that information. Some really good stuff there to grow your BC practice. Mike, I think if we need to go back one, if I'm not mistaken, or is it just forward? Yeah, I think we talked about that from the scalability and the training. And then we can move to the next step. So you know what? Again, don't hesitate. Take the first step. We all know what it's like to just kind of sit back and wait. And the thing is, don't wait, because Microsoft isn't. As Jeff said, you could be on that list. And if you think you're on that list, reach out to us, because we're here to help, and we'll figure out how to get you off that list, because we don't want anybody to see their clients look elsewhere or to be taken. So if you have questions on any of the programs or the offerings that are currently being offered, reach out to myself or your partner development manager, because really it is critical. Timing is critical. The funding is limited. Our spots are, first come, first serve. But as I mentioned, we just opened up the GP to BC. So I do have some openings for that. There are some commitments, right? Set expectations with regards to growing your business and accelerating BC. So there's some things that you got to do, you got to put in place, but the start is strategizing. How are you going to do this? And what are you going to use? Is it just your internal resources? Are you going to look elsewhere? Are you going to look at tools to help automate? Think of Guide 365. Think of how you're going to change your sales team and how they approach, with the existing client base, let alone your new prospects. So don't wait. Make it happen now. We're here to help with however we can. And again, for those of you that have GP, seriously, take a look at how you can still make money, because we do have a discounted rate for support, and use our help desk. We have a very tenured team. And the thing is, that way you can focus on moving to the next goal, moving from GP to BC and getting your people trained up. So, Mike, thank you for your time and thank you for the invitation.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Todd. Thanks to Jeff. We have a few minutes for some question and answers here. I'll actually ask that Todd and Jeff, if you want to actually stay on real quick as we kind of maybe answer some of these questions that we have. Welcome back. First question that I have here is this really a necessary program if you already have a BC practice? I think, just saying from my experience with this program, yes, even if you're selling BC, this program really helps you to scale faster with these proven frameworks and that funding support. Todd or Jeff, anything to add?
Yeah, I would totally agree. I think we as a company, we can be better at pre-sales. Our cost of sales is quite high. Sales cycles are quite long. I think a lot of the offerings that we have are basically designed to speed that up, to make win rates higher, and to make the selling process quicker. So even though you might be doing a good job, you might be moving your customers over, are you doing it in the most efficient, low cost, and compelling way that you possibly can? Because I think as a channel overall, we still struggle with pre-sales resources, the availability of pre-sales resources, the number of demos we have to do, getting the customer to actually say yes at the end of the day, as opposed to kicking the decision, down another month or something like that. So I think all those things are in the program addresses all these things beautifully in new and kind of compelling ways. And for that reason, I think you're better off. And if you have a BC practice, in most cases, you probably have a fair number still of on-prem customers. So helping you to get them to say yes in 2025 and 2026 instead of in 2028 and 2029, I think is super helpful.
Todd, I think this next question is probably for you. Is this funding opportunity available year-round whenever I want it?
So I wish that it was. Right now, it's actually, we did get a couple of things moved into Q4. So and I say that Microsoft Q4, so that's that April through the end of June timeframe. But right now, we're already in the middle of Microsoft Q3. So we have very limited spots for Q3. We'll have a few spots in Q4, but then there's another whole round of, going back to Microsoft, and they look at our indirect results. Are we helping partners move? And are we helping them grow? And if we are, then there is a good chance that we may get some funding, but then we look at what programs are going to be most helpful. Right? So we're looking at the results as well and some of those metrics and analyzing that data so we know what programs. So if there's any ideas that any of you have that you think would be beneficial, send them to me so that when we're having our discussions with Microsoft and we're putting together these programs, we can take that into consideration, something that you may want.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Todd. Thank you, Jeff. I have this last question on here, which is how do I get onboarded with these programs? Great way to close out our session for today. Reach out to Todd. He's right in the middle here. tmichael@stratoscloud.com. You can also reach out to your partner development manager. If you're not a Stratos Cloud Alliance partner, you'll have to join us first. You'll meet Scott May on our team to get that process started. And we'll make sure in our follow-up email to have those links and action items for you so that you can easily access that. So Jeff, Todd, thank you so much for being with us today. Like I said, we will have a recording available to you as well as a copy of this deck. Thanks everybody for joining. We'll see you next time.
Everyone. Great to see you.